Hi, I'm Paul Schneider from Cinderlands Beer Company in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Here's your craft beer and brewing tip of the week. This year, Cinderlands is really proud and honored to be part of YCH's Forward program. This is a program that YCH put into place just this year to get some of their cutting edge products in the hands of brewers who would like to use them. We were one of 68 breweries across the country that were selected to participate, and it's part of this new product formulation and feedback loop that YCH is using to get better hop products in the hands of brewers. So we're thrilled to be a part of it for a couple reasons. First, because it really fits with our approach to optimization, continuous improvement, exploration. We're doing this with our raw materials, with our recipes, and with our processes all the time. We're kind of devourers of new information and ideas. We love talking to our friends in the industry who are trying new things, pushing boundaries. We listen to the Beer and Brewing podcast and several others pretty fervently and talk about those all the time, incorporate what we hear great brewers that we admire across the country doing into our own practices, at least to try them out. Ultimately, some of them we end up adopting. And the Forward program helps us do that, as well as deepen our relationship with an increasingly critical supplier. As our volume has ramped over the past 18 months has really been a critical phase for us, where we added a centrifuge and some new tanks. We ended up blowing through our hop contracts ahead of time for the past couple of years, and that relationship with YCH and being able to top up our contracts, plug in other products that can help us solve problems of making the beers that we're making better, more layered, more saturated, more cost efficient. That whole process came together with our participation in the Forward program, to the extent that we're now finding HyperBoost, which was called YCH Trial 701 during the program. We're finding that making its way into one of our core beers, and also our hop water, which is a core product that's available year-round. So being part of this program has helped us move forward some critical things that we're trying to accomplish here as a brewery. It's deepened our relationship with our supplier and given us an opportunity to give just a little small piece back to the industry. We're a tiny puzzle piece of YCH's effort to get better hop products in the hands of producers, so that ultimately people are drinking better beer. So if we're a tiny fraction of that effort, we're proud and grateful to be a part of it. And we're excited to see what comes next in phase 2 of the program. In a little bit, I'll dive more into the beer that we made in the Forward program, how the product was to use, and what the results were from a sensory perspective. But first, let's talk a little bit about what HyperBoost is. HyperBoost is a flowable, oil-enriched hop extract using supercritical CO2 extraction of hop pellets. Ultimately, what that means is you end up with a small jar of liquid hop extract with an oil enrichment that you can pour directly into your beer at various stages. It's recommended to use it either in the whirlpool, in the fermenter. A mid-fermentation is the point where we find the most benefits with the least drawbacks, or you could even add it to the bright tank to finish beer. It's really easy to use. There's no solid matter whatsoever, so you end up with improved yield and a ton of efficiency advantages. And it does add a specific kind of hop quality and character to your beer without some of the other things that you can get from other products. The purpose of HyperBoost is to amplify hop aroma, and we find that it does exactly that, and there are definitely ways to do it really well and layer it. We find that used in conjunction with other types of hop products, we can really fill out the range of hop aroma perception that we're looking for. So we think of as kind of at the very low end, filling out some like deep undertones. DynaBoost does a wonderful job there. And then at the base level, kind of the most common level of hop character that people expect, and doing a ton for mouthfeel with hop polyphenols especially. And we have T90 And just above that, kind of a mid-tone, mid to high range, cryo delivers a lot of that aroma pop with less mouthfeel contribution, less green, less vegetal qualities. And those qualities are important, but we want them to be there in the right proportions for the style of beer we're making. And then at the very top end, where we can deliver a really big aroma pop without a lot of the kind of low end build that we can get from elsewhere effectively, that's where HyperBoost really comes into play for us. It's like really like a top note, super bright, super expressive, just the aromatic oil experience without a lot of the things that you kind of top out on with the other products. And we'll get more into that layering and how we approach recipe building in a little bit. And it's so important to kind of deliver increasing aroma without increasing the undesirable traits of sensory perception that you can get from using T90, for example, at too high rates. To learn more about hyperboosting your beer, click the link below.